What's going on, guys, girls? Rob here. Was not planning on doing a video tonight, but hockey starts in 2 days. Hockey starts in 2 days, and there's play-in games. There's teams already there, but there's play-in teams. And these 8 teams, 4 of these teams are going to have, 8 of these teams that lose, it's 16 teams, but 8 of these teams are going to have a chance to win a bundle. The losing teams. The other 8 has a chance to win a big bundle called it Stanley Cup, but they're going to have to go through a lot of stuff to get there. So, without any further ado, let's get going here about the Eastern Conference play-in teams playing in Toronto. They're going to be playing in Toronto. Don't forget, they will not be playing on their home ice. Toronto, I've always seen that they have pretty active boards, a lot like Edmonton. Edmonton's boards are very, very active too. I think it's going to be a lot of scoring here. I really do, and we're going to see. And we'll kind of go with it. I'll tell you who I think is going to win the series. First series up is the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers. Well, you look at both offenses. I think I like the Rangers better in the offensive category. Check out the defenses of both teams. I think Carolina has a top 5 defense across the league. Even they are very tough. Goalkeeping, I'm going with the Rangers. I think the Rangers have a very good goalkeeping and good backup goalkeeping as well. Makes a difference in the series. I will take the New York Rangers in 4 games to beat Carolina. Second one, we have the Penguins against the Canadiens. Now, Canadiens, they're playing, they play in Toronto a lot during the season. So take that into consideration. Offensively, no doubt about it. Too much offense as far as there's just too much on the Pittsburgh side of things. And it's not just Crosby. They've got some young talent too. And Crosby's getting a little older in the tooth, but still they're better than the Canadiens offensively. Defensively, they're even better, I think. Chris Letang, I think the top 6 defensemen for Pittsburgh are better than any of the 2 top defensemen for Montreal. Montreal, they have the goalkeeping. Carey Price can even up a series quick. Without having the best forwards, without having the best defensemen, he can even a series up. This is one that somebody's probably going to end up losing a job over. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to win this one in 4 games. But I tell you what, it could go 5 and Canadiens could win. It could go 4 and the Canadiens could win. Just due to the fact that Carey Price is goalkeeping and there is no shootouts. Obviously, you got to go play. You got to play overtimes. Don't discount the Canadiens here. Maple Leafs and Blue Jackets. Well, offensively, you gotta like the Maple Leafs. They've got some of the best forwards out there. Austin Matthews, and they gave some younger kids now in there. They have one of the better offenses in the league. Defensively, I like the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets have a very good top couple lines on defense. They're going to be very, very tough. And goalkeeping, because they got Seth Jones back too, that makes a difference. Goalkeeping, I'm going to take the Blue Jackets here. I think they've got better goalkeeping going on than Toronto. Heads roll right here if Toronto loses this series. They cannot afford to lose this series. I don't think they will lose this series due to the fact I just don't think Columbus can hold the puck away from those those talented centers. I mean, talented forwards for Toronto. I'm taking Toronto in 5 games, and I think it's going to take them 5 games to beat Columbus and put them out of their misery. Islanders and Panthers. The Panthers have so much money tied into those top 2 lines. It's a lot of offensive talent. They definitely get the offensive nod here. The Florida Panthers do. Defensively, Pelech is back. The Islanders, just a little edge there, just a small edge. But goalkeeping, I think they have a big edge. I think the Islanders get a big edge there. This is a series that I think most people pick the Florida Panthers. I'm taking the Islanders. I think the Islanders have too much defense, better goalkeeping, and I think they're going to keep. This is going to be one of those 1-0s, 2-1s all the way through the series. I don't think Florida will score 3 goals in any one game in this series. Thus, I think the Islanders win this series. They may even sweep. I wouldn't be surprised if they sweep the Panthers, but I think it goes 4 games. I'll take the Islanders there. Next, we have Canucks and the Wild. Well, the Canucks definitely have the better offense. They have scored not at will all year, but they've scored pretty consistently. I hadn't really thought about it yet. I hadn't even thought about it. I won't watch it anyway. Defensively, I like the Wild. Defensively, the Wild have 2 very top line, 4 good defensemen, or better than good defensemen. They're going to be very, very tough, but Canucks have a better goalkeeping. Canucks win this series, maybe sweep. Canucks are the better team here, no doubt about that, and they're playing closer to home. Oilers and Blackhawks. Just found out within the last 48 hours, Brent Seabrook, defenseman for the Blackhawks, is out. He's out for the rest of the season. That's big news because I really would have given the Blackhawks a chance in this series. A chance. Duncan Keith, Brent Seabrook, they're both snipers from the point. And the only thing about it is Edmonton doesn't get themselves in the penalty box that often. But if this is a special teams series and Edmonton ends up, if Chicago ends up in the box, yeah, cracking, yeah. If Chicago ends up in a box much, it's going to be a quick death to the Blackhawks this year. It's just going to be over with. With or without Patrick Kane, it does not matter. They've got Kane. He's very good. There's no doubt about it. Edmonton has a better offense. Without Brent Seabrook, Edmonton has a better defense. Goalkeeping, Corey Crawford, granted, is the best goalkeeper of the 2 teams. No doubt about that. He's won cups. He knows what to do. But without a defensive unit in front of him, and McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, just you can list them off. They've really got a lot of offense. I think the Oilers win this series now. I think it'll be 3-1. I think they're winning 4 games. But the Blackhawks have a monumental hill to climb. And if they win that one, Edmonton's some heads may roll in Edmonton, especially playing on home ice. The Predators, Nashville against Coyotes. I like Nashville's offense just a little bit better. They didn't score a lot of goals, but neither did Arizona. Both teams were really puny on the offensive side. But Nashville has a better defense. Okay? And if they can bring their defensive unit in there to come up there and try to help the scoring, it may help. Coyotes have better goalkeeping, I think, but they're going to need it. This is one that the Coyotes could win in 5. Coyotes could sweep them. Predators could win in 3. Predators may take 5. I think it's going to go 4 or 5 games. I like Nashville, though, to win this series. Finally, we come up with the Jets and the Flames. Well, offensively, I like Winnipeg. Offensively, I've liked Winnipeg all year long. They're a very, very good unit. Defensively, you got to like your Flames on that side. They're just they're tough. Now, goalkeeping, I like the Jets just that little bit. Just that little bit. I think this is the toughest series to pick. Calgary is going to be pretty close to home. Winnipeg is going to be pretty close to home. Calgary gets to play a lot of games in Edmonton on that ice. I'm taking Calgary to win this series. I think this is one that I could easily be wrong. Winnipeg could sweep and win this series. I don't think they will. I think Calgary wins this series. I think it's going to take them 5 games to do it. But then comes the prize, Lafreniere. Who gets him? Will it be Carolina Hurricanes? Will it be the Montreal Canadiens? Will it be the Columbus Blue Jackets? Will it be the Florida Panthers? Minnesota Wild? Chicago Blackhawks? Arizona Coyotes? Or the Winnipeg Jets, which, like I say the Jets will lose the series. I'll say this much. If the Winnipeg Jets end up getting the number 1 pick, or the Florida Panthers get the number 1 pick, that is going to be 2 stacked teams, one of them from the East or one of them from the West. Doesn't matter. That's going to be very, very, very tough to deal with next year. The Panthers, Florida Panthers, if they end up getting this kid, that could bump them up as high in the top 2 in the Eastern Conference. They could be that good. Winnipeg Jets, they could be the best team in the West. That's all they would need. Now, obviously, if some of these teams that I'm picking to win were to get that number 1 pick, aka Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton's had 5 number 1 picks, not first round picks, 5 number 1 overall picks in the last 11 years. And if they could get Lafreniere this year, you don't want to lose in the first round. That's one thing you don't want to do. But if you end up getting that prize, Edmonton immediately becomes a Stanley Cup favorite next year. That's how good they become. Their top 2 lines can deal with any team. Better than any team. Better than Toronto. Better than Pittsburgh. Better than Pittsburgh's top line. I'm sorry. When you got Lafreniere, Nugent Hopkins, they're stacked. They are stacked. Connor McDavid, they're really good, and obviously free agency will tell its own story, but the teams I picked, the ones that I really, really, really like the best, I really like the Penguins over the Canadiens, even though the Canadiens have Carey Price. I just don't think they have enough talent offensively or defensively to do a whole lot about it. And the Edmonton Oilers now. I think the Oilers could – I think they can make a run in this playoffs. And we'll see what happens. Vancouver is a wild card for me. Vancouver is a team that could run off 6-8 straight wins. They're that good. But we got to see how the rest of the playoffs play out. But that's who I'm picking to win the in the playoff and the play-in rounds. New York Rangers, Pittsburgh Penguins, Toronto Maple Leafs, New York Islanders in the East. In the West, Vancouver Canucks, Edmonton Oilers, Calgary Flames, and then one team from the U.S., Nashville Predators. So I went with 5 Canadian. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 Canadian teams out of those 8. So that may be kind of stretching it. They may not win quite that many, But we'll see. Um, the Blue Jackets Maple Leaf series should be a whale of a series. You may not have heard of many of the players for the Blue Jackets. Watch them play. You will learn real quick that that is not a team to play around with. They're really fast and they have good goalkeeping. So anytime you got speed and goalkeeping, you have a chance. Have a good one, guys. My name's Rob. Thanks for watching my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you will. Go Edmonton. I want to see the Oilers win it all. But you know, you always got to worry anytime you're playing a veteran group like the Blackhawks. We'll see what happens. Have a good day. Have a good evening, and God bless. Bye bye.